Ladies and gentlemen, we were supposed to be live here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage with Soulja GP and Justin Parsley, but I guess we'll really have to talk about what's going on there. We'll really talk about here what on earth happened at the end of Winter Clash where Soulja GP's brother in the foundation, is now the IMF World Champion, but at what cost? It's a House of Wolves reunion. It's a House of Wolves 2.0, and let's just say things got really dark, and it certainly turned into hell, and it certainly was hot, to quote DMX, and our guest is going to talk about that. He's also going to talk about what's next here, 2025, and he's going to talk about maybe what happens now? What happens with the foundation? Is it still 4 up, 4 down? Do you still know what time it is? And what about, we're going to give an award to our guest, and I'll really tell you what it is, and maybe don't be an outlier and stay with us and join the conversation. And who knows, maybe we'll see some surprises, and maybe we'll eventually see the man that was supposed to be here, the supposed hall monitor of Sportswire Radio, the supposed first real wrestler, the man that's been in the Hall of Fame the most of anybody. Who knows there? But I don't think he's a sinner anymore. You're not a sinner. It is now turned here. It is our turn to now give our guest that introduction on a platform that he most certainly really helped build here. Definitely no mistakes here, because you have tuned in, and I can't wait to see what's in store here tonight on Sportswire Radio. You want that introduction. He wants that introduction. I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give a birthday wish or two. You know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to start the show tonight here on Sportswire Radio, the #1 global radio station where all wrestling matters. So with that, wait for it, further ado here on the Sports Report. #1 global sports show. A man who's definitely no outlier. A man who's really here on a platform with actual viewers. A man that has certainly been the foundation of the All Wrestling Matters movement, and to help Sportswire Radio gain nearly 1,360 subscribers, his name is, simply put, multiple times Sportswire Radio Hall of Famer, the popular Monster Soulja GP. My friend, how are we doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Last time I talked to you was last year.
Yeah, actually it was last year, and here we are. It's a new year, and a lot to talk about here. And originally it was supposed to be you and a guest, and which I still was kind of figuring out how on earth was that going to happen, but he's not here for the moment. But there is a lot to talk about here, Soulja. So much to talk about in the IMF, because I don't even recognize the IMF from last year. I had Jovi on Christmas, and we were talking about the future, we were talking about the foundation, everything we think was still okay, and yet here we are today, and I don't know what's to come. And I'm going to ask you that question for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that you really most certainly helped build here, Sportswire Radio, where you have been the foundation of it, figuratively and literally. Soulja GP, what is next for the foundation?
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Omen, it's obviously out there. People saw Omen stab me in the back.
3,000 plus viewers as of yesterday saw that match.
I feel like I'm Roman Reigns. I got Roman Reigns. He's Seth Rollins to me. Got me right in my back and he was the last person, the last person I thought would ever do that. And that's shitty because like the last 2.5 years, we've been traveling together up and down
You
the
guys have
road,
been to so many
hotel
places.
rooms. It's been the foundation. It's been
You were the guys that built Summer Bash. You were the guys that went to Wisconsin. You were the guys that went to Michigan, a state that I'll certainly not name. You guys went everywhere. You guys went up and down the Midwest, and you made a difference. It was the two of you. Everybody said Soulja, Omen, Soulja, Omen, Soulja, Omen. And this is just, to me, one of the most shocking things I've seen in my 6-year career, bottom line.
Ah, man, yeah. I'm still trying to think over what happened and why. He hasn't given me an answer. This last year it hasn't been easy for me. I lost my dad. And I've been struggling. Yeah, personally, I've been struggling, and he was my go-to. Like, Omen was my go-to guy. Like, he called me every day.
You guys both have had issues. You guys have both leaned on each other. You guys, have just went through so much together. You guys aren't just a team. You guys are brothers. Everybody, like I said, everybody goes Omen, Soulja, Soulja, Omen, Omen, Soulja. You guys, and to see this, I don't know.
And for the future, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what his plans are, but my plans, I'm just take a step back. I gotta take a step back and I gotta think about it. Like I said, it's my brother. I don't want to fight my brother, and it's not because I'm scared of Omen. It's just That's my brother.
You guys have had a lot of history together. I know it's not easy for you to process all of this because, this was totally out of left field. I got it that Omen had his issues with Mephisto. I could see that. We had the Winter Clash preview show a couple of weeks ago here in this spot. And, the crowd seemed to be more of a pro-Omen crowd. I get it. In some ways, Mephisto's come in here. He's walked in, taken the IMF world title, taken the IMF by storm. Omen does things a certain way. He bleeds. He goes out there, and he puts his blood, sweat, and tears out there. Mephisto isn't Omen Black. So I could understand the issue with Mephisto. But with you, that's where I'm confused.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, he was there for me when my dad died. I was there for him when his relationship crumbled. I was there, and like he wanted. It's like the attitude trying to change when Mephisto beat me for the title, because he felt like Mephisto didn't deserve it, and he didn't deserve to beat me. He never got a rematch, but if he thinks about it, I never got a rematch either. I never got a rematch against Mephisto after he beat me. I never got
a shot, and that's what Omen was upset about. Jovi gets the shot, and Jovi, and he had issues with you bringing Jovi into the foundation, even though Jovi technically had to come into the foundation because that was the stipulation way back in the time machine when you guys went down there, and Omen felt upset. He felt, nepotism.
And with that, I don't understand with that, because like I said, me and Omen, we were a unit. It wasn't one above the other. It wasn't like Soulja and him, he was my sidekick. It wasn't Omen and I was his sidekick. We were equals, and we both talked about it. So it's like, you want to sit here and complain that I added these guys, but you added these guys too, because we had the same conversation. And then again, you want to complain about how you didn't get a title rematch when you lost the title originally. That's cool. I never got a rematch. Both times I lost the title. When I lost it to him at the the Rumble at the Wreck.
Yep.
I lost it to Rumble at the Yard, the first one in my backyard when I lost to him. When he took my son, I never got a rematch against him for it. Like, I had to bust my ass to work my way back. And yeah, he's been busting his ass, but it's just like ever since Highway to Hell, when Jovi got that title shot, something changed in him.
But did Omen have a point? Because I love Jovi dearly. He's the first backyard wrestler I've ever interviewed. I have such a debt of gratitude, and I'm so fond of Jovi. But to be objective, Jovi, he didn't have the year he had at the end of last year to start this year. It was loss after loss. Anthony Steele beat him twice. Nolan Money McDermott he's had struggles with. Isaiah Rage he had struggles with. We saw what happened even to get a title shot with Mephisto. Jovi's gotten opportunities. Brightside beat him in another promotion, obviously in Wisconsin. Jonathan Pierce beat him in his home fed for his title. Jovi got title shot after title shot that Omen wasn't wrong on. To me, Jovi shouldn't have got as many shots as he did.
Yeah, but I see where he's coming at. I mean, like I said, if anybody should be mad, I should be mad because how the
Yes.
hell I should have got my rematch. First of all, I was screwed out of the title by the Sinners, and I should have got my rematch on Highway
And
to
look at
Hell.
what
But
Justin Parsley, I know we'll eventually get to, but he put you a lot through also with your family and everything I mean, we've seen it here for a year. We've seen the up and down. I mean, Soulja, what you've went through with your family outside the ring and inside the ring, I would say that maybe you've went through more than Omen has because of what, we've seen with you and Felix, the struggles there. And I mean, everything you've went through and the struggles in the foundation to constantly keep everybody, at bay and this just everything that's going on here. And I mean, in some ways, I think I've had more struggles despite being the champion for a lot of this year in the IMF.
yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's my brother. He's my brother, and I really don't want to go against my brother. I feel like I feel like Brett. You know what I'm saying? I feel Owen Hart is running his mouth, and Brett didn't want to shut him up. I just don't want to fight my brother, and it's just like I haven't talked to him since we came on here. I used to talk to him every day.
No more.
The last time I had a conversation with him was when we were on here for New Year's Eve, and you're like, put everything aside. It's all
Just
about
that moment.
especially we put everything to the side.
So it's been really a while now that you guys haven't had any just, hey, what happened out there? Is there something I could have did? Nothing. There's been no communication, nothing.
I ain't talked to him since Winter Clash until we both came on to celebrate the New Year's, and then I haven't talked to him since.
It's got to be tough. I mean, for you especially, because of the miles you've traveled with Omen. If it was anybody else, all right, you have your issues maybe with Steele. You have your issues even with Jovi in the past. All right, James Taylor, well documented. But for you not to be talking to Omen, this can't be true. This cannot be true.
I haven't had any contact. Like he just, I reached out, he ain't answered. So you can only reach out so much until you say fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this, because I do see that Mr. Parsley is going to be here in a few minutes, and we're going to bring him on because he was supposed to have been here originally.
He's always trashingly late. That's just him.
You stole the words out of my mouth. But what about the rest of the guys in the foundation? Have you spoke to Jovi? Have you spoke to Dirty? Have you spoke to Drago? I mean, what do they think?
Well, I mean, Drago's a Samoan. You already know what he thinks. He thinks it's time to go to war.
Yes. He's going to talk a lot about different things. Yeah.
He's it's time to go to war. Dirty's upset. Dirty feels like we got played, but I don't think that's it. No. I deep down that's my brother, and I know my brother. Something that, you know what I'm saying? I don't think we got played. I just feel like there's something else going on.
Was there any ever regrets you've had in pondering what's happened? Has there been any regrets on the way anything has been handled here with the foundation?
No. Like, do I regret something? No, I don't regret anything with the foundation. Like if it's over, we had a great run. Like we did. We had a great run. It's been good. Like we traveled.
I think it's funny you said that, because I think when I think about the foundation and I think about all the people I've had on here in 6 years, and obviously people have really tuned into that. And I really think, in my opinion, whether it's UK wrestling, pro wrestling, indie wrestling, underground, backyard, promo wrestling, you guys have been the greatest group. I think in underground wrestling history, when we look back, you guys are one of the greatest groups. And I hope it's not the end. I don't know what the future, that's obviously up to you guys. I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't pretend to get in the middle of those things. I'm just here as a platform, unlike some other people that tried to tune in and say a few things on another platform where nobody actually tuned in. But I would really hope to see that you guys actually would find a way to patch this up. I don't know.
All I know is it's the second coming of the House of Wolves. These wolves look a lot worse than the wolves before.
Oh, these wolves are way dangerous right now. Way.
I'm not gonna say I single-handedly took out the wolves the last time, but I took out the wolves the last time. So
But these Wolves now are different. You got Ox
These
before.
are different. That's what I'm saying. These are different. You got the
You got
tag
Anthony
champion.
Steele, and Anthony Steele is a House of Wolf. I mean, you got Anthony Steele.
And
You got
I think that bothers me the most.
why? Why does
That
that bother?
the feud, like the personal animosity in the feud between Omen and Steele, to the fact you turned your back on me and joined with Steele. Like, I think that bothers me the most. You know, Ox jumps from person to person. Ox also likes to eat corn the long way.
I had no
But
comment.
but it's the fact, like, Ox was a sinner, or he was a Damien's hellhound.
Yes, yes.
Then he was a sinner.
He had his
Now
war
he's
with
in
Soviet
the
at
House
the
of
beginning of the year.
Woods. I feel like Ox just needs somebody to, hold the reins on him.
But what
Hold
about
that
even
dog
Jordan
collar.
Nets? What about Jordan Omen's history? We know that Jordan took the world title from him last summer. I mean, that's another dynamic. I mean, Omen's with guys that he's had some weird histories with. You know, Ox and Omen feuded for the hardcore title not too long ago. We know Steele and Omen. You guys have that starts not even before here. That starts on James Taylor when he was doing a podcast. I mean, that goes back a long time, Omen and Steele. Omen and Steele don't stand for the same values.
I don't know. Like I said, that's what pisses me off the most is you aligned yourself with Anthony Steele. After all Anthony Steele has been saying about us, and for the last, when was their match? A year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, more than that. Almost 2 years.
Like the whole, oh, you didn't beat me, blah, blah, blah. Soulja beat me, blah, blah, blah. And then you throw away our friendship to start something with these losers. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Also, it even goes back. Dirty brings Steele in. Steele has this contract. Steele comes in here, and you guys even pointed out to me, why am I saying things about the foundation? Because Steele it was in rare Steele form. It was almost like Steele was talking about some usual nobody names he was talking about. And it goes back to that. That was almost 4 months ago now. And here it is. And Dirty's the guy that brought Steele in. Maybe in a way, Omen read the tea leaves, and Omen wasn't getting that attention, or he was seeing things. And also Steele made points that maybe Omen thought about and said, you know what? Maybe these guys have a point. I don't know.
Or maybe this has been the plan all along.
That's a good point. You know what? I wouldn't know that. That's an interesting point if that was the case. But that would just be, to me, too heinous. I don't know. To me, I didn't see any signs. I mean, you know better than anybody. You're with Omen every day. I only see you guys when you come here. Sure, we talk about what's to come here when it comes to IMF coverage. But, I think the listeners, the people that tune in every night, the usuals that are here, I would think they would say the same thing, that we didn't see this one coming. I just think that I didn't see signs of you and Soulja. Omen and Mephisto, I see that. And I got to be honest, the chat a couple of weeks ago, I think was a very pro-Omen crowd. I think they looked at Mephisto. They didn't get what he brings to the table. He's a fantastic talent, and they didn't see that. So I get the Omen Mephisto thing, but I didn't see any warning signs with you and Omen, certainly. I just didn't. I don't know. And I don't think the chat did either.
I didn't see it either. Like I said, I'm still messed up about it.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm sure a lot of people were feeling the same way. But, obviously, we'll have to figure things out. But I want to ask you one more question before I do bring on Mr. Parsley. But I want to go back to the Omen Jordan Nets thing. Jordan Nets and Omen Black have this history. It's over the world title. It's over the first incarnation of the House of Wolves. And I mean, I get the Steele Omen thing. These two guys are, big shots. Maybe at the end of the day, maybe they knew something. Maybe there was some line of communication. I mean, let's be honest. Omen and Steele, they know each other real well. I mean, Steele and Omen have been on this platform thousands of times. I get that. It even goes back to James Taylor's The Nemesis sessions. You guys all met there the first time, just about around 2 years ago at this time. But I mean, do you think Omen, as the new champion in the IMF, can trust a guy like Jordan Nets, who's beat him already, and a guy that's, he's been running his mouth of late? And this is a guy that I think a lot of people are going to see even bigger things from him, and he's already done a lot to begin with. What do you think of that dynamic?
I don't know. I guess it's the old saying, the enemy of your enemy is your friend type shit. So, like I said, we got something we have to deal with. I I don't know. I honestly don't see how any of these guys connect together. It's you know what I'm saying? Like you said, they were the original House of Wolves members, but he took the belt from them. And then people forget Omen took it right. Took it back from him. So it's like
A lot
they
of
took it
egos.
from each other.
You got a lot of ego. You got Ox with gold. We know the Midwest Express's story. We have Omen with the belt. Steal. I mean,
I just like Omen. You seen what they did to Parsley? Their last group members. You seen what the Midwest Express did to their last group member. You know what I'm saying? Like you're aligned. I had your back through thick and thin, bro. And you're aligning yourself with people that has history of turning on people and turning on people. So I don't know I don't know what his game plan is. Like I don't know what he's got.
You know what? I don't think he's going to tell anybody that question, and he knows that, and his House of Wolves group does. But I think since he's here, and I want to talk about the match that happened between Omen Black and obviously Mephisto, which led to this turn of events, and obviously a match that you had with Justin Parsley, and this still bizarre predicament the two of yous are kind of in. I'm going to bring in the whole monitor of Sportswire Radio. We're really bringing him in. No, he's not an outlier. It's definitely not a mistake. And now we'll certainly somebody who actually does.
That should be on my waist. That should be on my shoulder.
Well, that's a great point.
I don't know if it would fit on your waist, but it's not on your shoulder. It's on my shoulder because I defeated James Taylor and Soulja GP in the same night at the same time, mind you.
But that might be so. But you guys, last I checked, and I'll put it up on the screen, Mr. Parsley, and Happy New Year to you. Nice to see you. But you guys were laid out almost lifeless by Omen Black and some other cohorts of yours once upon a time, like the likes of Ox McCoy and certainly Anthony Steele. I mean, you remember that? And you have any thoughts on that? Because I'd like to bring the footage up or maybe remind you in case you've forgotten it. And Happy New Year, by the way.
No, I mean, like a lot of these guys can't be trusted anyway, right? They were a sinner. Like I tried to tell you, they're all sinners. Like I tried to pinpoint it for you. But the fact that you call him your brother still through all of this, like I have a little brother. I have one little brother.
You do?
Biological, full-blooded brother. Yeah. He's bigger than me. And if he left me that way, I wouldn't think that there was a lot of love left there. I wouldn't know that he was doing.
Oh, you're still the hall monitor of him, right?
I wouldn't think he was doing it for my betterment or for the greater good of the whole world. I think that maybe you need to reanalyze what a brotherhood is and what that entails, because no way would your brother leave you the way Omen left us in that ring.
Well, I'm going to remind you, gentlemen, as we're obviously toward the end of the match and such, and I wanted to put it up on the screen there. And, we're watching all of this unfold. And, I mean, what's going through your mind here at the moment?
I think we're going out there to celebrate. Like, well, actually, I'm confused because I don't know if it's a 1, 2, 3 because the referee, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
kind of I don't know.
Like, is it over? Like, so once it was said that he won, you know what I'm saying? I was going out there to celebrate. My brother won the title, and like I said, I didn't expect what would happen.
And what are you thinking, Justin Parsley? I don't really think you have anybody aligned within this match. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I need to get to Dirty Donnie to get my paycheck and get out the door so I can get back home to Indiana. That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, well, that's a duly different point. But, I mean, this is just bizarre. Everything seems okay. I mean, you guys are obviously, at least for you, Soulja, with Drago and Omen, and things seem pretty good. And, I mean, it looks really good. It looks really good. It looks real. Foundation.
Right, I'm checking on Mephisto to make sure he's good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you know what time it is. I mean, I'm expecting Dirty and Joby to come out. You guys will have a celebration. Maybe you lift Omen up on your shoulders like he won the Super Bowl. I don't know. I mean,
Okay, all right, let's be honest. And we ain't lifting him up on our shoulders.
Okay, well, maybe you'll come out and, I don't know, just do something, hug each other and say Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Wait a minute. These lights turn out. No, it's not those lights you put on, in the front of your house for Christmas. It's these purple lights. And I'm thinking maybe Justin's coming out here or something. Or just, I don't know.
That would have been wishful thinking compared to what we get here.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't there. Let's just put it that way. I want to be safe and sound and but wait a minute. Is that Sean Jovi? That Jovi? And wait a minute. From one reverend to another. I mean, the priest.
I've wrestled Sean Jovi face to face, man to man. I've never done anything like that.
They're all dressed in black. They're all dressed as if they're going to a funeral, but it seems like if you could tie 2 and 2 together, it's a funeral of the foundation. That's the way I read it.
I mean, it's 2 sinners, the Midwest Express, and a foundation member leading that.
You would think, all right, Omen's helping out. Omen's there. You know, he's making sure nothing happens. Everything's good. You know, we got this. Foundation, you know what time it is. 4 up, 4 down. And this is definitely kind of an outlier type move. And wait a minute! He is the hardcore god, the boogeyman of the Midwest, and it's Anthony Steele. It's almost like when Anthony Steele shoots on Sportswire. He's just stopping a mud hole, and it looks like it told the GP, wait a minute, Dirty. Dirty's coming out. You know what time it is? It's time for a choke slam. And I mean, we're all confused. I mean, and Justin Parsley, why are you?
I'm trying to go out there and help because Soulja, just to repay the favor, I'm a man. I'm going to do the same thing that you did.
Why would you come out, Justin Parsley? What was your reason to come out?
Well, because I have a bigger problem with Omen here attacking Soulja after the way Soulja said he would hold up my hand and respect me at the end of our match if I won cleanly. So I was trying to do the right thing, Tom.
But you've always been the first real wrestler. You've always been the hall monitor. Wouldn't the move be? And you just said it just before. You want to just get out of Dodge and.
Well, I'm a real man too, Tom. As you can see, unfortunately, Felix, not so much. Even with steel chair in hand.
I think Felix is the most fascinating thing. I mean, I really don't know what is Felix doing. Where is Felix? Felix is almost like the man without an island, almost.
He's putting me through the same shit that he put GP through. For 18 years.
Maybe that's why we're here tonight. And there it is. He's received the belt. He's received the biggest prize in all of underground wrestling. And they all stand united. I've never seen anything like this before in my career. 6 years I'm doing this. I mean, this is the most dangerous, the most lethal, potent group. I mean, I know Foundation, you know what time it is, but what these guys have done just now, I mean, Anthony Steele, what he always does. I mean, what he did in the ring is what he does when he shoots on guys. I mean, you know, Ox McCoy, I ain't getting in the middle of that. And then you got the Midwest Express, who might be pound for pound the very best tag team in the world. And Omen leaves with all of them and a reverend.
It's an extremely dangerous alliance. No pun
this
intended.
ain't extremely crappy. I can tell you that much here. This is definitely not extremely crappy. I mean, this is definitely real. And you would be an outlier if you got in the middle of their way. And I definitely wouldn't want to do that. But, I mean, there it is. Look at all the gold. And they raise their hands in solidarity. Well, you know what? These guys are just doing this because I wouldn't get in these gentlemen's way. These gentlemen's way, I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't want to meet them down a dark alley.
Oh, I would like them to meet some other people in a dark alley, but I'll leave that at that. But I mean, you know, wow. I mean, just gentlemen, I mean, I don't know what to say.
Well, I'll start out with thank you for trying to have my back and returning the favor.
Really?
I always want to do the right thing, Soulja. I mean, I know that grabbing your attention and kind of going to the extremes and creating controversy is not always the right thing, but I do repent and try to get better every day. And at the end of the day, I do want to do the right thing and I want to help people, and especially those who helped me. So it was no problem, and I do it all over again.
You do it all over again? After what? Wait a minute. It can't be just this easy. You guys, for a year, have been killing each other.
I respect the guy. He had opportunity after opportunity to have a center interfere. And then when a center did interfere, he took out Steele. If you go back and watch that, he took out Steele so Steele wouldn't interfere. And then he had an opportunity to hit me with blood knucks. And he put him down and he beat us fair and square. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have the help. You know, he was a man of his word. So I was a man of my word, and I raised his hand up and handed him his belt. But I will tell you, the only reason why I helped you at the end of your show, at the end of your match, and you could see your daughter run from on the side of the video, is she asked me to. My favorite daughter of yours asked me to help you. So
then I need to give her a special thanks because at that moment I'm more than so.
You have my respect. You like I said, you had an opportunity several times to have Felix interfere. And, a couple times he did tell you he couldn't interfere. So I'll give him that. But then, like I said, at the end, you had an opportunity to hit me with the brass knucks, and you didn't. So you being a man of your word, I was a man of my word.
It's just this easy after everything you two have put each other through.
I mean, do I trust the guy? No. Do I trust you? I don't trust you.
I don't need to trust.
You're the sleaze. You're the sleaze for a reason, right?
Yeah.
You're sleazy.
Absolutely.
So like, do I trust you? No. And then I should have won. I should have won. Like
I don't
if that old man right there wasn't in that fucking match. If that old man right there,
your respect. Ever since we go way back, right? Last December, thereabout.
At a gas station.
It's always been about respect.
That award that we should have won, the greatest encounters match.
Well, this guy up here gets all the awards.
Don't you worry. I have a surprise. I was gonna do something, but I'm gonna be a gentleman. I'm gonna be New Year's resolution. But I could have did something. I had really something in my back pocket, but I'm gonna not do that because we actually have people tuning in here, and I want to actually recognize you guys because, like I said, people actually tune into this platform, whereas maybe some other places once upon a time.
Are we doing better than 6?
Yeah, we had like 13 at one point. We have 7, so But hey, we
had 12. That's fine. That's fine.
We'll take it. We'll take it at this
point.
We're
still doing better.
We had 12 or 13 at one point. I'm sure when we'll see some other things, it'll go back up. But again, you guys, for a year, it's been through different states. It's been through championships. It's been personal. It's been over family members and hair looks. And James Taylor somehow gets involved in this. And that's it. Yeah, I respect you and you respect me. And that's it.
Don't get it. Don't get it twisted. I don't like the guy. I don't have to like the guy to respect the guy.
All right.
But the fact that he came out, where was everybody else at? You know what I'm saying? Like Felix, what did Felix do? He didn't even slide in. Why? Because he wasn't going to help me. And you that's the reason. But the fact of the matter right there, you see, he made sure. He kept his word. And look, only got it 2 times.
You said something without James. Maybe we're not talking with you guys right now.
Thank you for that too.
Maybe we're not talking with you guys right now without James. Because if it's one-on-one, who knows really? I don't know. I mean, I'm not a prediction person.
We don't really have to worry about the what ifs because it went down the way it went down. Everything works out for the reason it's supposed to, right, Tom?
I mean, look, you can only go back in time.
I will say my stunner put down Taylor for a 3 count.
My 3 count. Whenever I beat you guys at the same time.
And his stunner only put. I see right there. He could have used the brass knuckles, but he didn't.
Let me ask you this question, Justin. I know you told Steele that he takes orders. Steele didn't listen, but did you guys talk before the main event after this match? Did you guys iron anything out? Box? Did you guys talk at all? Anything? Was there any?
Well, I mean, you saw what happened in the main event, so I assume not.
I have nothing to say to them.
Nothing to say? But even before that, like, hey, was everything good? You guys are sinners. I mean, you guys just, I don't know, whatever you guys do, just, maybe play cards somewhere in the alley somewhere. Maybe you just, I don't know. I mean, you guys are hugging. Everything seems good. I mean, you guys actually hugged and embraced. So I would just think maybe you guys went back and, were thinking about collecting the paychecks and just, playing cards, maybe playing some dice. I don't know. And then, I don't know. I mean, you can't say you know what time it is.
It was about Felix trying to give me the brass knuckles when he wasn't
see,
supposed to be
you see right there in the corner, you see your daughter and my daughter running up. She asked me to help you.
It took you no time at all to respond because you're down here in record time.
So this wasn't predetermined that you guys were gonna. Like that. So you guys, when Steele and Ox are beating you up, that's not just some ruse. It's just that's it with you guys. They had enough.
Steele's not been in it for a while, right? Steele's saying he doesn't take orders, and he doesn't. I mean, we all know Steele doesn't know his place, and he's trying to figure it out, and that'll be his entire lifespan. It'll always be trying to figure out where he fits in. And the thing of it is, in wrestling, he just doesn't, right? He doesn't fit in. He has to be a lone wolf. There's no reason to trust Steele. There's nothing
Well, he's a house of
redeemable about
love right
Steel.
now. I mean, they trust him.
And that's what I don't get with Steel. Oh, I don't take orders from nobody, but then you jump to another faction to
Well,
take
maybe he
orders
didn't want to get
from
beat up.
somebody.
Maybe he saw the numbers game. Maybe he didn't want to get beat up. That's what he does. He does what he does. You know, I do what I do. I mean, maybe he didn't want to get beat up. I don't blame him for that. You know, can't go.
So he's a cockroach that moves from.
I don't think so. I think Anthony is Anthony. I think Anthony, you know, he goes everywhere. I think Anthony's goals aren't the same as everybody else's goals. You know, Anthony's Anthony. You know, he's
about as greasy as I am sleazy.
Well, you know, there is Anthony, you know, and that's some people love him for that way. You know, he's
That's funny. He's as scary as Andy Kaufman was.
With a neck beard, yeah.
Well, you know what? I don't want to judge people on their neck beards because it was very great to have Anthony here.
He's hiding his fortune.
Yeah, I'm with Silas Walker on this one. You see who's a leader and who's a follower, but you know, I mean, you guys sort of had this mutual respect.
Yeah, I respect the fact that he did it by himself.
All right.
He kept his word. I kept my word. No foundation interrupted, and he made sure no centers interrupted, and that was the only rule, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The only person who doesn't understand is
I think I got the point. You know, when it's go like this,
and then it kind of goes around to the whole. It goes back to the whole situation where, nobody else came running out.
True.
The whole locker room. In the locker room, nobody else came running out. You know what I'm saying? Like Freddie didn't come running out. JoJo didn't come running out.
Freddie's
Crimson didn't come running out.
Well, Crimson.
Where was Yerk? You know what I'm saying? The roster is letting his cancer take over, and none of them came running out but Parsley.
Well, Jovi did, but he was roadkill.
Joey didn't come running out. Joey got tossed out.
Well, he did. He was out though. I mean,
yeah, he was out. Like out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love Jovi. Jovi's such a good man. Jovi. Sorry about that, Jovi. But well, you know what? I think the chat wants to talk to you guys, and I want to actually give you really an award. I really actually want to give you an award that means something, and I promise you it won't be an outlier. So we'll definitely make sure that we don't make any further mistakes by going to the chat, because we actually have people here in the chat. You know, people actually.
I will say before you go to the chat, Parsley, you got screwed. You should have won Tag Team of the Year up there in that shitty ass fucking state.
No, I wouldn't want to win it. Not with pedo. They like pedos over there. We don't want that. They
did call me pretty though, so that was nice.
We don't deal with that. We don't acknowledge. We don't acknowledge those. You know, it's New Year's.
He said thank you for his Tag Team of the Year win.
He did. He said you're right. Without us, it wouldn't have been possible. But still, this man won more awards than this one. In our encounter, I can't.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to get to the chat because we actually have people here that are tuned in, and I actually want to get to them because we definitely don't make mistakes here. We want to make sure that you are not an outlier here. We thank you so much for tuning in because we are a safe place, a safe haven for people to come on this platform. We don't allow certain things that happen and bad people and run around and
you're a family show.
We're a family show. Yeah. We don't allow our children to go up against bad people, and we don't do those things. But we don't tell people we're going to beat them up in a darkened alley. We don't do those things. We're a family station. We serve our community here. I do my work. Thousands of people have gotten their homes saved thanks to my work. Thousands of people have gotten their pensions, their first responder benefits thanks to my community service. And we're going to do a community service right now here. Unlike those that might have a job in their community but don't do a good job with it, I'm going to make sure we get to the chat right now. How you doing, Zilla? Happy New Year. So good to see you here. Zilla is here. And speaking of people that are also here, Nathaniel Rage, the devil himself. And no, he wasn't a part of the House of Wolves, but he's got a House of Rage Productions YouTube channel. And he's doing a lot of big things. And now he actually shares a locker room with Anthony Steele in Texas Promo Wrestling. They share a locker room together. So maybe Mr. Rage is keeping an eye on this show tonight to see what Steele's up to, or, just tuning in. And speaking of people, you know what time it is. Jovi's still talking foundation. Jovi's still, Jovi's great. I love Jovi. Jovi's such a good man. Jovi, don't change Jovi. If you change Jovi, I'm going to be so disappointed. Hello there to Nathaniel Range. We respect him. Darkfire. I haven't seen Darkfire in a while. Happy New Year, Darkfire. This is definitely not a mistake. Darkfire is definitely here. Hello there. Hello to everybody in the chat. I want to say hello to Kyle Shelby. Kyle, I think we didn't talk about Michigan. I think when I did my intro, it was Michigan and another state. So, but we love Michigan and we love.
Yeah, you know what's wrong with Michigan, Kyle? You're there.
We love Kyle. Kyle is awesome. He's here. He's doing a great job. He's killing it out there. I had a great conversation with Kyle, and I believe in Kyle, and I want everybody in the chat to believe in him. He's got his first vlog coming up this Monday, 4 o'clock. I'm telling you, Kyle has got big things ahead. I believe in Kyle, and I think he's going to show a lot of people in 2025 why he is the Duke of Detroit. Thank you, Zilla.
The only thing big around is his mouth.
Well, I'm telling you, I believe in him. It's a new year. I'm turning, I could do Showtime at the Apollo tonight. I could give some fireworks, but it's New Year. And from the words in Sonic 3, nobody wins in revenge. Nobody wins in revenge. And I've got the last laugh, and you got the last laugh because you're here right now. And thank you so much here. Yep, we love you, Sean Jovi. I want to say hello to King Vampire, a man that we know from the Summer Bash, obviously the PWF champion, the Pride Wrestling Federation. Yes, the Pride Wrestling Federation. And he met you guys, and you were always a favorite of his. You still support. We support our friends in the Pride Wrestling Federation. We thank James Taylor for passing the baton to us on Instagram and just all the great places. And we love serving our community, and we love the Pride Wrestling Federation. Let me give myself a plug for a change with the PWF, and not that one, but the Promo Wrestling Federation. Yep, the Promo Wrestling Federation. We love the Promo Wrestling Federation and everything that James has done with that. So definitely check us out.
He was saying Pride, right? He was saying Pride originally, right?
Then I realized we're actually
okay. I'm still gonna hold this up while you talk about it.
Yeah, you are the Pride Wrestling Federation champion, but he's the Promo Wrestling Federation champion. So definitely check us out on the Promo Wrestling Federation page. We are on YouTube. We're actually live here on the Promo Wrestling Federation page. Thank you to James and your leadership. Thank you to King Vampire. Thank you to everybody there in the Promo Wrestling Federation land. I still really should do more with promo wrestling, but we got Rocky in the gang, and Anthony Steele's going to be back here doing some promo wrestling very soon in the Texas Promo Wrestling World. But thank you. Go follow PWF. I think somebody's here laughing, and I'm not sure why, but thank you for tuning in.
It doesn't matter. That guy's imaginary. He doesn't exist.
Well, you exist. You're with me. You're one of my people, and I thank you. I may have dropped the ball the second half of 2024, but I have faith in 2025. It'll be written in the stars. Amen. Larger than life. Sean Jovi is larger than life. We love Sean Jovi here. We thank him for all the great things he is doing for us. He is doing so many great things on Sportswire Radio. And I tell you what, I loved Ignition Episode 3, and you got to watch it. You got to watch everything Jovi's doing. He's definitely got it going on. We're 196 subs away from 1,000. If you are here for the first time, I got 9 or 10 of you on YouTube, a bunch of you on X and other platforms. Hit the sub button for Jovi. He's definitely got it going on. We love Sean Jovi. Who else we got here in the chat? Darkfire is back. Welcome back, Darkfire. That's good. Soulja GP, I'll be your best friend now. Well, you know what? Never say never. But we have a comment here from the brand new IMF champion, and he would like to say, ha, ha, ha. Oh, my brother, you are nothing to me, and you are nothing to Omen. That's what he says. Nothing. You're nothing to him. We can move on. Okay. You know what?
He's talking like there's two of them, man.
Well, maybe there is. I don't know. I mean, he knows himself better than anybody else. He really knows. This is not an outlier comment. I mean,
this one's acting really weird.
It's New Year's, and he's definitely that's not an outlier of a comment. But I don't know either whose side to root for now. Well, you know what? You just pick who you like, and just tell them you love, like, and appreciate them. Hi to the House of Wolves member, the IMF World Champion, the Boogeyman Omen Black. Well, he's not here at the moment, so maybe you can say hello to him in the chat. Yurek wants Soulja one-on-one.
Yurek, sit the fuck down. You are not. You don't want none of this. Trust me. The mood I'm in, the mindset that I'm in right now, after what Omen did to me, you don't want this.
No,
you don't want this.
You don't want that. It's a New Year. We want New Year's resolutions. I'm going to say this, but sorry to the PWF champion, Justin Parsley, but I don't want to be a sinner anymore. I don't think there is a sinner. Do the sinners exist? Do they exist? And you guys figure it out.
Are Felix and I sinners still? I mean, by blood, yeah. By human nature, we're sinners.
Felix, you know what?
Zilla just burned a bridge.
Felix,
So
I don't know where Felix goes from here. Felix is almost like a man without a country. I mean, right now he's like Zelensky, he's like Kim Jong Un and Putin. He has to figure out
he's
where
a
to go.
stubborn kid. He's a stubborn freaking kid.
Well, you know what? Maybe it'll work for him. Yes, follow the IMF. Andrew Lovelace, yesterday's guest, who surprised D Savage, by the way. He gave him quite a surprise. And those guys are going to wrestle in a Sportswire radio match where it seems like Savage doesn't want the match. But Lovelace is back on Wednesday. He's here at 8:30. He's here this coming Wednesday, 8:30, with Richie Allen, one of the best referees around. My guest here Saturday night, who's going into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, Silas Walker, with a great line. You see who's a leader and who's a follower. That's a great line. And Silas has been a leader these last few months because he put down Chase Wakefield, by the way, who, Justin, I know you were very happy about that because Chase Wakefield didn't invite Soulja GP and Justin Parsley to wrestle in the wedding. In fact, you were only invited as a fan. So, I mean, you were very happy.
I won't be going anymore, Tom. I just want to go ahead and throw that out there.
But Silas, I'm sure you both were happy about what he did to Chase Wakefield because, you know, who knows about
Anytime
Chase.
anybody can, yeah.
Duly noted, but Silas is on YouTube. Give him a follow. He's quickly become one of my favorites, and I'm going to put his YouTube link up in the description. He's 182 subs away from 1,000.
That Chase Wakefield kid's not really right. Like,
Chase Wakefield's got a lot of issues right now.
He's got a lot he's going through.
I don't even know if he makes it to his own wedding. I mean, some people don't make it to their own funeral. I don't know if he'll make it to his own wedding. What about me? I love, like, and respect and appreciate the House of Wolves. Okay, well,
get off the screen. Next.
Not every group's going to let you in.
Silas, hello to Andrew. What's Kyle say? No, he's definitely a cockroach. I think he's talking about Steel. He's talking about Steel. He's not. Well, I love Kyle, and you know, Kyle makes it. Who else we got? Oh, I got to give Dakota a follow. Let me give Dakota a big plug. We're trying to get to 500 subs. I think we're like 20 away. So I'm going to put her page up before I get to a couple of things. I got to give a couple of shout outs. And I do want to actually give you guys something. Yes, it'll definitely be real. It'll definitely won't be an outlier, and it's definitely not a mistake. But check this out here. Dakota's got a great YouTube channel. She does a lot of work inside the IMF, and I really believe in her, and I hope you believe in her just as much as I do by hitting a sub button for her and getting her to 500 subscribers. So there you go. That's her page. Thank you, Dakota, for tuning in. And she says hello to Justina.
Oh, my gosh.
Omen is in his winter arc, laughing my ass off. That's a good point. You know, it's very cold right now. Maybe you all should be in the winter arc. That's a good point here from Silas. I was 14 when I had my emo phase. Interesting to see people have theirs in adulthood. Well, I think he's talking about Omen. That's what about you guys. He's talking about in general the different things he's observing. But that was a funny one. Speaking of people that are here, my man Drago, my co-host once a month in a different show. We're going to do the High Chief Talks, and the High Chief is here. And Uso Soulja knows Samoans. It's war. I don't know if I can trust the Healing Herb or Felix, but the High Chief can definitely trust Soulja in this battle.
Are you kidding me?
I
the
love
Healing
Drago.
Herb and the THC together? That just makes sense. Are you...
And
Whatever,
hello there. Hello to Luca. Yes, how you doing, Luca? Good to see Luca. We love Luca.
That's the head of security of IMF.
You know what?
Go back to that. Go back to that one.
Yes, sir.
That's the head of security in IMF. Where were you when they were whooping my ass? When they were jumping me in the ring, where was the security at? That's what I want to know.
Maybe he was there. He just, saw he wasn't going to win. He was doing his job. I don't know. I mean, that's a question for him.
If he was doing his job, I wouldn't have got my ass whooped as bad as I fucking did.
Maybe he read the tea leaves. I don't know. Maybe he read the tea leaves. I agree with you, though. I mean, but that's a question he'll answer for us. Hello to Drago. Thank you, Guest Dakota. Thank you so much for your support. It's 4:20 somewhere. Somewhere. There's that Billy Joel that sang that, right? Yep. Hello there. We love Drago. Yep. We love Drago. Injured. He was injured. There you go. He was honest. Kyle wanted to say it's 4:20 right now. Luca, got to stay ready for the olive war, Paisan. That was a funny one. Thank you, Kyle, for that. And follow UCWA. Very excited about UCA. And we need a taser. He's healed. Okay, you know what? I got all this. Before I do anything, I got to wish my mother a happy birthday. I actually,
happy birthday, Mama Bird.
Definitely happy birthday. I promised a happy birthday. That's why I want to keep the show as much controlled as possible. happy birthday to my mother out there. Because after all, some people might have thought it was a mistake to actually have Sportswire Radio, but I want to make sure we do want to give her a very big happy birthday. Thank her so much for her support. Because if I wasn't born, we wouldn't have this right now. We thank her for all the great opportunities I've been given in life, and for everybody here in the chat. So I want to thank you. I hope it was a good day for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're watching right now, or watched this clip at least. But thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it very much. My most important subscriber, my most important supporter is obviously the person that gave me birth. And thank you, Ma. I love you. And hope that you have a wonderful day. And it's the best 2025 yet. So thank you so much. I hope that you're enjoying the show, and don't get some of the tongue-in-cheek references there. Just pretend they don't exist. But happy birthday. Have a wonderful day. Yes, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Silas. Appreciate everybody here, and you're all degenerates with 420. Well, as you should know, Silas, don't know anything about 420 other than the day itself, because I know nothing about it. But thank you, Luca. Yes, thank you very much for that. But obviously, I could talk a lot about you guys, but I did actually really want to give you guys an award, and I promise it won't be a mistake. I promise you that this actually won't be an outlier for you guys. And we're actually having people tune in right now, so I figured I would actually give you guys something. Might be a late Christmas gift, but I figured the viewers, since they're here, they're choosing to see this. So only if you guys insist, allow me to put this on the screen.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You guys are, for the year 2024, acknowledged as the Feud of the Year on all Sportswire radio platforms. Congratulations there, fellas. You earned it. It's definitely been a long year. It's definitely, you guys have put yourselves through a lot. Summer Bash, and certainly through the IMF the last, 6 or 7 months, in other places for other belts. And you guys have, I think, made some history here. Feud of the Year, definitely well-deserved. And I think that I don't know what you guys will do going forward with each other, but at the very least, you'll be bonded, I suppose, by this piece of paper.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I mean, I wish the feud would have ended a different way with that belt on my shoulders, but
well, I'm not giving James Taylor 1/3 of the award. Is that what you're telling me? I'm not giving him 1/3 of the award.
No, you don't have to. Forget James Taylor.
Well, for now, I'm forgetting. I hope he feels better. He's actually sick right now. But
he was just icing on the whole cake there at the end. But we spent an entire year baking it, like putting it together and sticking it in the oven. And like we've done a lot of work. I mean, we went from tag team wrestling and being a tag team feud that, was, I think, fun to be a part of and definitely fun to watch. I don't know.
It was Encounter Match of the Year worthy.
It won't be voted as such, but some would say.
Well, they rigged the vote. I'm sure that they rigged the votes like election.
You think like one person gets to say who the winner is, and that's
what? I would like to think that
my
voice certainly carries a lot more weight than that individual. But we won't give any satisfaction. Like I said, it is a new year. I could do a lot more, but I'm not. I'm actually gonna. They keep the focus on what you guys are, but yes, Stilla, thank you very much. That is my mother's name. You could have just said happy birthday, Mama Bryce, but that's okay. I'll give you a pass, Stilla.
Does she go by Mom Bryce?
No, she's. I don't know. You can call her whatever you want. It's a joke. All right, Oos Parsley, I'm a little interested. And when are you guys getting married, by the way?
Because the certificate. Oh my gosh! Should we say custody of the same kid too?
Do you want to keep your job, IMF security officer? You better. I know people. I'm just saying, you better keep your mouth shut.
Well, I mean, I guess you guys will figure it out. But at least if you do a movie, you
can have it on the weekends. I want it during the weekdays.
If you have a movie, do it like that movie. What was it? Adam Sandler and Kevin James, where Jessica Biel was in the movie, and there's the one scene. And
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Do that movie, not Brokeback Mountain, but that's a different time. We'll leave that at that, and Luca gets paid in hot dogs. Right,
I think it's because we have a small guy and a fat guy, so he's like, do Kevin James and Adam Sandler. You see that? I would have been more cool with Kevin Spade, Spade.
Actually,
and
then I'd be Farley. You know what I'm saying?
I thought Jessica.
We'll get that speedball.
But you know what? I obviously, I have a surprise for you guys in a minute. But before I get to that,
Did you just give it to us?
Well, no. Well, actually, that's kind of planned, actually. But I mean, so what is next? I mean, Justin, you're still in the IMF. Soulja, we've talked about the foundation. We've talked about you guys, I guess, at least respect each other now. But, like, what's next?
Well, I know I have El Drago coming up at some point. I know that he won a number one contendership tournament match for the PWF championship. So I do want to defend against Drago. I mean, it's kind of weird how the foundation and we have our paths crossing still, but I guess as long as I'm a part of IMF, then it'll probably always kind of be like that. But then I guess after defending that title successfully against El Drago, I guess I'll go on for the rest of the year and retain the PWF championship and on to 2026 with it too.
I don't think Soulja agrees with some of that, right, Soulja?
I don't agree with you keeping the belt. I don't think you're going to beat El Drago. Your son, your Parsley Jr. couldn't.
Yeah, but he probably couldn't defeat James
and
Taylor.
You were out
Soulja
there,
GP.
Justin, for that match, by the way. You were,
same night at the same time.
trying to, obviously, let's say, introduce yourself to Drago.
Yeah. Well, I think I got a face full of Drago is what I got. I think I got the introduction.
He did, and he's gonna remember that.
And then when I tried to say hello with the steel chair, he just stared at me.
Yeah, well, he's a Samoan dragon.
It made me nervous. To the point where I had to grab an audience member and try to put him in front of me.
How Hall monitor like?
Well, I mean, I'm here to monitor your Hall of Fame, not.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we definitely got a few mistakes in there, but I'll leave it at that. You can.
Well, I haven't been here the whole time, so you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, I'll leave that.
Right by me.
I could certainly be a lot more, let's say revenge-like than I should tonight. But obviously, yeah, I'm with Dakota. Season 3 of the IMF is going to be really wild this year. We have a show coming up here in 2 weeks. But gentlemen, I've heard so much from you guys tonight that I have a surprise for you guys. And obviously, I know that I sort of am getting that you guys, I don't know what you guys will be, but there's sort of at least, hey, you helped me, I helped you, and I respect you came out, you respect me for coming out in your match. But I have a surprise that's obviously got something to say to you guys and wants to introduce himself to you guys and maybe, I don't know, break up this, I don't know, whatever you want to call this right now. Only if you guys insist. I promise you that it's not going to hurt. I promise you that it's, you're not going to see a jump from behind. I promise you it's not going to be a 2-minute, video montage and people are going to say things. It is of individual that would at the very least like to introduce himself to you guys. Let's just put it that way. Introduce himself.
Bring him on.
You sure? You sure? Well, I'm gonna have to do it. I mean, you could change your mind. It's New Year's, New Year's resolutions. Maybe we could figure out do something else. We can watch cartoons instead on Sportswire. We can talk about Bugs Bunny.
I'm gonna be really upset if it's Anthony Steele, and the first time that I see him, I can't.
Actually, he's not here. He's actually not here tonight.
Okay, then.
But I promise you, he'll be back on Sportswire soon. But he'll be talking about some different.
The next time I see him, I want to be able to deck him in the face. So
he's gonna be talking about some different things. We got Texas promo wrestling to talk about. We have to talk about what I do, and he's gonna talk about something different because I know he's back here soon. But
if I can't physically touch him, then I don't really want to be in the same vicinity.
Well, Anthony, he's actually going to be talking about his next appearance on here. Is actually going to be not so much talking about you guys. Actually, it's going to be talking about his return to promo wrestling. Actually,
it'll be talking about himself. That's how it always goes. I've
well,
seen the Anthony Steele show. I've seen the Anthony Steele show.
I'm supporting him in this one because I hope that people tune into that one because I want to make sure that
I want them to tune in too. It's just my personal animosity.
I think you'll be changing. I think
Zilla will be here.
I thank God for that. I hope that everybody else tunes in. But I know Anthony will definitely be talking about some things, and I hope people tune in. But let me bring this surprise up because this surprise has a lot to say, and I've been disrespecting this surprise enough, and I don't want to get in the middle of his individual's way. But I say nothing else. The floor is his. The floor is his. You gentlemen, you take it away.
You want to come on Sportswire and cry so much about what has happened at the end of Winter Clash. Am I right?
Oh, man, you cried all the way leading up to Winter Clash, so it's whatever, bro.
The fact that you don't see your error in your ways, it's amusing to me. You think it all went back all the way to Highway to Hell. It was way farther than that. It happened right at Ring of Champions. When you brought out Damian Saint, that's when I couldn't trust you no matter what.
I didn't bring out Damian Saint. Dirty was the one that called him.
You tried to make me shake his goddamn hand and forget everything he's done! Sorry. Soulja GP, that's where you're wrong. When you try to make me forget my past with Damian Saint, my hatred for that heretic, that was it. And then you and Parsley have to make the whole IMF about you two. I can tell you why no one in the roster, no one in the back of the locker room came out for your guys' safety or to save you. Because they know they need change. They're tired of the tyrant of being the foundation. They're tired of hearing about the fucking sinners. They need change. They need a leader that they can bring change. And I am him.
Are you? Because it seems like you just need somebody, another group to cling to.
Listen, they've all came to me because they got tired of hearing about foundation and sinners. Hell, I got tired of hearing the foundation and I started the damn group. Now, Parsley, you think you can come here from Indiana, from that shithole company you call XCW, and you think you can just demand things to change in your favor, be the PWF champion, and think you goddamn have a spot in the fucking roster? You think you're a goddamn leader in the locker room? You're looking at the leader of the locker room. And all those men in the back, they know it. It's not Soulja GP. It's not Justin Parsley. It's not the Samoan Dragon himself or the resident rock star. It is the boogeyman himself. Or should I just call myself the devil? You guys keep bringing up the devil's name, and yet here I am.
Omen, I want to show you something, and I want to tell us for the audience what this now means to you. And I presented this to you right here.
It is a memory, Tom. It's a faded memory. That's all it is. It is nothing to me anymore. It's nothing to the fans anymore.
I don't believe that.
That dream has sailed. That boat has sailed on to greener pastures. The foundation is dead.
Dead. The foundation is dead. They're dead. That's it. They're dead.
The idea of the foundation is dead.
No more. No more. No more. It's no more 4 up, 4 down. There's no more. You know what time? They're dead. They're dead.
You're wrong.
This is not an outlier here.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Soulja.
Listen, we've set aside.
Shut your mouth when I'm talking. All the issues that we've ever gotten into is because you're a big fat mouth in the foundation. And now, look at you. Typical fashion, you team up with an enemy. You first teamed up with me. Now you're teaming up with Parsley.
No, well, I mean, there's no teaming up.
We just helped each other, man. It's because you're so far gone.
Do we gotta roll back the footage?
I can put that up. It's your platform.
You two were standing tall
I will do
at
that
the
right
end
now.
of your match, but yet you guys were laying low at the end of the show. See, Parsley, you kicked out your sinners in a way, maybe not, I guess, in your own words, but you kicked those men out. Me and Steel have been in cahoots ever since Highway to Hell or Dirty Deeds, wherever pay-per-view it was.
No.
When Reverend Solomon came out at the end of mine and Steele's match, me and Steele got to talking. We knew. We understood. Ox McCoy, like you said, he was been a lost dog. I found that dog and I put him on a leash. And the Midwest Express, Soulja, your son hates your guts more than I do. And I saw in the comments, can Omen trust Jordan?
Yeah.
Me and Jordan started the group again. And yes, I can trust Jordan. Because he knows me and Jordan are what the IMF needs to bring change, to bring peace. And you know what they say? The greater the greater the peace, the greater the suffering. And boys, that's exactly what you'll get.
Wait a minute. So there should be a peace. What you're saying, Omen, on your show is that there should be a peaceful transition from Soulja, Mr. Parsley, to you in the House of Wolves, and they should certainly exit stage left, and almost maybe even before January 20th. That these gentlemen, in order to do the IMF its justice, the IMF the justice that it deserves, that they should peacefully transition to allow you in the House of Wolves to take over in the IMF. It's the best for the business. It's the best for the community, and these guys should just, for themselves also, just move on.
Tom, what I'm going to say is this. I'm going to burn down everything that Justin Parsley and Soulja GP love to the extent it's going to be biblical.
Biblical proportions. Ladies and gentlemen, don't get these guys' ways. Whatever you do, if you go to the Palo Community Center, don't even look at them. Don't even give them eye contact, because what they could do, this is real. This is not an outlier. This is not a mistake. What they could do here. I mean, listen, I've never seen anything like this in my career. 6 years, I've covered it all. I've never seen anything. And these guys aren't even starting yet. They're not even starting. So if you're going to the Palo Community Center and I give you a ticket, because I'm going to be donating too, coming up here in 2 weeks, just whatever you do, just don't get in their way. And let Anthony Steele do what he do. Ox McCoy do what he does. And the Midwest Express and Reverend Solomon and Omen Black, just let them do what they want to do. And just show up and give them polite applause. Just whatever you do. That would be my advice. And there it is. There it is.
See, it's unfortunate because the one thing I always admired about the foundation, no matter what kind of crap I talked about them, it was a brotherhood. I always admired the brotherhood and where it had come from compared to where it was now.
You egotistical fucking pond scum. You don't believe anything you just said.
Well, believe
You
this.
shut your
When I got
mouth.
in there and I struck you in the face and I looked you in the eyes, that's not Omen. Omen's not always there. Your brother might be Omen Black, but whatever this thing is, it's not Omen, bro. Not completely.
I'm looking at Omen Black. That's him. He's the IMF champion. What do you mean?
Get in the ring with him, Tom.
No.
Would you?
I
Yeah.
got other things to do.
You won't even, exactly.
I mean, the chat doesn't want me to. They want me to sit here. That would be a big mistake. That would be an outlier.
He won't. Not you, Tom. Not you, Parsley. He won't. The one right there on the screen with us. He won't get in the ring with me. And I'm going to make it to where you have to get in the ring with me.
You're my brother, man. I know I'm still in there. Man, we've been through so much shit on a personal level and on a show level. We've been through too much. I'm not. No.
That helped me, Soulja.
Wait. He went off. No photo. No nothing. He's went off.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Is somebody getting beat up here? Wait a minute here. This is just, ladies and gentlemen, this has just turned into something I don't even know what we could have ever expected here on Sportswire Radio. We are getting a full House of Wolves onslaught here on Sportswire Radio. I mean, do we need medical attention? Do we want to call assistance? Is there somebody out there? I mean, can we check in on what's going on with them in black here? Somebody. Justin Parsley has left the show. Justin Parsley, don't go in a darkened alley. Whatever you do, where are you going? Justin Parsley, we left you. Where is Omen Black? Omen Black has left. And Omen Black is, no, he's not even here. He's here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Zoom in here for our live studio audience. Omen Black is that blood? Oh my goodness. Omen Black is bleeding. He is bleeding live on Sportswire Radio. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. It is his show after all.
Thomas.
Yes, sir.
I apologize.
No.
He had broken one of our main rules. And for that, he had to be punished.
He had to be punished. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen, he's the hardcore god, the boogeyman of the Midwest. And look at what he's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what to say. This man, don't get in his way. This man, what he could do, I mean, listen, I don't even, murderers wouldn't do what this man does. This man is truly a hardcore god. He is truly a boogeyman. And when you're sleeping at night, if you're anywhere near this man, make sure you keep the light on. Don't sleep with it off, whatever you do, because look what this man is doing. This man, I don't even know what to say anymore. As if it's nothing. As if it's nothing.
I've seen that jar before.
I bet you have. But no, I want to say one thing that, Thomas, you are Reverend.
Yes, I am. Yes,
the House of Wolves have our own Reverend.
Yes, sir.
And when I spoke to him today, he gave me this little piece of advice, a little scripture.
Yes.
And it just really stuck with me. Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are, and into the dust they shall return.
Into the dust they shall return. They shall return into the dust. Ladies and gentlemen, all I'm going to say is these House of Wolves, don't get in their way. Whatever you do, just let them do what they want. There is no telling what to do.
Being said.
Yes, sir.
Since it's now a new year.
Yes, it is.
I want to bring change quickly to the IMF. I want to bring peace to the IMF. So how about this? You look at me, Gary.
Who's Gary? Who's Gary?
You and him and the foundation or whoever versus me, the Midwest Express, and Ox at January show. New Year's Vengeance.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
What?
Yeah.
No. New Year's Vengeance.
Yeah, we'll take that.
No. Justin, you sure?
Yeah, we're not sheep. We're not sheep. And all of these people, all of these men, this, whatever this thing is leading them.
Who's Gary? Who's Gary?
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. You're all beatable. You're all, man.
Just to put this cigarette down here. We're live. This is real. This is real here. This is really real. Don't make that mistake here. Don't make this big mistake here. Change your mind. I'm telling you. Make the peaceful transition. Make it happen. You still got time before January 20th. He's telling you, make the peaceful transition. Just go leave quietly. Executive order. I'm giving you an executive order. Peacefully transition to let the House of Wolves stay in power forever.
And look at that.
We wrestle not flesh and blood. Right? The spirits
look
and
at that.
forces beyond this world, correct?
Finally,
These are just flesh.
someone speaks for him. Someone makes a decision for him. That's step one of peace, Soulja.
I wasn't trying to make it this like.
That is just confused.
We can do that.
John Jovi said Omen hears voices in his head. They counsel him, they understand, they talk to him. Who else? There's people are confused right now. Who is Gary? That's a great question. Is Omen drinking holy water if he's the devil? I'm not going to ask him that question. Sean Jovi, the blood sprinkling down your nose, Omen. Just thought you should clean that up at the family show. Well, too late. Too late. I'm with Silas. The edginess meter is going off the charts here. This is definitely kids. Don't try this at home. Whatever you do, don't try this at home. On my way with the Band-Aid. I don't think the Band-Aid is going to help. Kyle, calling the police at this point. By the time the police have arrived, it'll be too late at this point. Thank you, Kyle, for giving us the correct advice. Yes, if you do see things like this, and if you do see any trouble, call the police. Your local police will help.
You should probably go back to put on dresses instead of commenting in the comments.
You know what? Kyle, thank you for your help. Trust me, Kyle, we need more people like you, Kyle. And Gary from the supermarket. I did work with a Gary at a supermarket before. Gary, the gay bear from I don't know anything about that. Spoiler alert, we don't know, but I just know. Gentlemen, listen, you got some time. Think about this. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's telling you, don't do it. Whatever you do. I mean, we'll go off of the air in a few minutes, but don't do this. Just don't, whatever you do, don't do this here. New Year's vengeance, New Year's resolution.
Soulja and I aren't going to back down from a challenge. We're not those kind of men.
Well, just think about this.
He's already defeated, Parsley. Look at him. He's already defeated.
He'll be there.
You sure?
He'll be there when it matters. Yeah, he'll show up. I've seen it. I've seen it before. I've been in the ring with him. I've shared the ring with him. Yeah.
But now here's the main question:
A man just went live.
Can you guys just work together, though? The Foundation Sinners.
Is this what you want?
We're in perfect unity.
Is this what you want? Omen Black? This is what you want?
Exactly. This is what I want.
Fine. Fine. I'll see you at
There he is. There he is. The Soulja GP that can't just not show his real emotion. He has to hide behind the machismo. I already see the fear in your eye, Soulja.
This isn't fear, Omen. This isn't fear. This is heartache for what I had to do to my brother.
Heartache. You don't know the meaning yet of heartache.
Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we're going to see the Midwest Express, Ox McCoy, and Omen Black, the brand new IMF champion, the House of Wolves.
I can tell you who my partner from the Foundation is. It's going to be the Samoan Dragon.
Oh, we got Drago. It's Drago.
Who are you bringing, Parsley?
I'm bringing Felix.
Oh, Felix! You can trust Felix?
Yeah, I think Felix will climb back in the ring someday. And hopefully for this occasion.
Well, I better hope for your guys' sake that Felix agrees, but it seems like it's official now. Coming up New Year's Vengeance. In 2 weeks from now, we're going to see at the Palo Community Center in front of a sold-out crowd. It's going to be the House of Wolves, the Midwest Express, Ox McCoy, and Omen Black, all carrying gold against Soulja GP, Il Drago, Justin Parsley, the PWF champion, and one Felix Jones. A main event like no other. I mean, I don't know if this is the peaceful transition I would suggest, but it's real. And this is not a mistake, folks. It is definitely not a mistake. This is happening in the Palo Community Center. And we're going to be talking about this 2 weeks from tonight. We're going to have coverage before that, but 2 weeks from tonight. You're going to see a slew of your favorites from the IMF. They're going to be here. And maybe some of these foundation members, maybe they know what time it is, and maybe to change their mind. But there is nothing else more to talk about. We could see that this is just, it's gotten more personal like no other. You know, we thought New Year's resolutions, we thought obviously everybody turns the other cheek, but Omen Black is bleeding. Justin Parsley has got to look like I've never seen any whole monitor look like, and Soulja GP doesn't want to fight his brother, but he's going to war. He's having that machismo that now Omen has gotten out of him. The only way you're going to go and check this out is going to the IMF YouTube page, IMF Wrestling, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We're all going to be back here 2 weeks from now. I'm donating not 1 but 2 tickets. And we have more coverage coming up here on Sportswire Radio. Silas Walker is here Saturday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time to go into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. And this guy, Ace Christian, is here. He's here Sunday night, 7:30. And he's got an announcement, a major announcement. You might want to tune into that one. And before we go, House of Wolves is more like it from what I see, or House of Words. Well, we'll find out. This is huge. The Wolves will be domesticated. Kyle, don't do it. Don't do it. The House of Puppies, James Taylor said that just before. Gary Oak from Pokemon, I want to
say this about Kyle. You know, I found a little clip of you crying out to my name training at a certain venue of mine. So shut your mouth, know your role.
Well, you know what? Well, you know what? That's, we don't know. Ace Christian's here, and he's got a big announcement Sunday night. Thank you, Silas, for bringing this back to the attention. I can't wait for the VTW champion. I can't wait for Silas Walker to be here. I can't wait for Ace Christian. I don't know who people love, and thank you for that. You know what? I think we've got enough here. You know, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, figuratively and literally, where all wrestling matters. If you're on Sportswire Radio, give us a sub. Give the IMF a sub. I'll be here Saturday. I'll be here Sunday. Tomorrow I'm here also at 10 o'clock. I'll be talking SmackDown, football, whatever else. And we will make sure we don't get in the House of Wolves way. We're not going there. We know what time it is, and we want a peaceful transition. We want to make sure that they peacefully transition. But thank you, Soulja GP and Justin Parsley, for winning the Feud of the Year in 2024. But Omen Black's got the prize that everybody wants right now, the most prettiest prize right now in the Midwest and underground wrestling. You know what time it is. He's the IMF World Champion. Thank you so much, everybody here, for tuning in. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On the number one global radio station. And 4 up, 4 down. And somebody's going to be up and somebody's going to be down, Luca. And thank you for keeping us safe there in the Palo community out there. Thank you for keeping us safe here tonight. Definitely, I really appreciated you being here and being head of security. Maybe we'll name you the head of the security chat on Sportswire. We might need you here. And James Taylor had a few words here. We'll get in here. He called it the House of Puppies. He doesn't care about them, but don't worry. Don't listen to him. Don't listen about the Jeffrey Dahmer.
I mean, if he felt that way, where was he when we were getting jumped?
I don't know. You know what? I have no idea. That's a good question. That's a great question. But maybe he saw the tea leaves. Maybe he knew that.
But Omen, don't make me do this.
Thank you, everybody. We got time to think about it. Soulja is going to think about it. Justin Parsley is the whole monitor.
Don't let me do it, Shane.
He's got to give a whole passage, and there's nothing else to say. Yeah, Kyle, thank you for that. He's the whole monitor. He's the whole monitor. We need help. We need security. We need whatever it is. This is not a mistake. This is not a mistake. It's real here on Sportswire Radio. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Hit the sub button for the IMF. Hit the sub button for us on Sportswire Radio. And I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. And until then, be here at B Square and Silas Walker 9:30, Ace Christian 7:30 Sunday. You won't want to miss it. Oh, man.